And there we all are. Excellent. Welcome, everyone, to the Tyranny of Dragons campaign on the Play Without Ego channel. So, let's talk about last week. The friends all met up for breakfast at the Stone Settle Inn, and Alamir, who also showed up, shared the details of his family emergency. An ancient artifact called the Mythal Guardian, which is held in the Court of Stars in the Feywild, had begun the process of charging itself, and no one knew why or how, but some of the Fey were fearing that it could change or break the connection between the Feywild and the prime material plane. Alamir and his parents weren't overly concerned about that happening, so they chose to remain here on the prime material plane and simply wait and get updates on the situation. As Alamir finished telling his story, Shwa'an walked into the inn, and after some fussing from Hagrid, she sat down with the friends and updated them on the events following their information gathering and stopping of the heist at Line Star Services. She told them that all 3 locations of the Order of Angels had been raided and shut down, and the 7 known members were arrested. And in response to Jinx's concerns, she also shared that the additional efforts were being made to continue some level of community assistance that the Order had been providing to the city, and ensured him and the group that the people of Hill's Edge would be fed and educated at some level. She then shared, and she also shared that Ladria Ejinga had not been found, but Shwa'an believed that she hadn't actually come into the city with the others, had simply sent them in. She then shared what she knew of the Cult of the Dragon, a bunch of history of Samaster the Mad and the creation of the cult, and specifics about how the cult operates as it works to turn chromatic dragons into Dracoliches and create a world ruled by them. And she said how reports have been circulating within the Harpers of increased cult activity all over Western Faerun, and that sages had read portents that could also tie the cult to the 9 hells. A great darkness was rising in the form of the Cult of the Dragon, and she believed that the friends were somehow destined to be involved and help stop that darkness from growing too powerful and hurting the good people of the realm. Towards that end, she suggested they travel to the city of Burdusk and talk to High Lady Celeria of Dragonbreast, and gave them 100 gold each as payment for their services. And before she left, she took Jinx aside and gave him the dagger that had apparently killed his brother. And she said his brother was thought to be alive, and gave him a note about the research that the sages had done on the dagger. So the friends bought horses and set out east and then south along the main roads. They were ambushed in the middle of the night by a juvenile displacer beast, which they killed, and Alamir successfully skinned a perfect pelt from. They delivered a sword to a minor noble in Osbraven for Alamir's friend Mojari, and then they headed west and arrived in Burdusk, where they got rooms at the Running Stag Inn, and Alamir ran into his mentor from Candlekeep, Obey. This last episode sounds like it was all Alamir. Why is that? So Obey was the Master of Illusions at Candlekeep, and he had been sent to the inn by the Master of Divination, saying that there was some purpose for him there, which he believed, upon seeing Alamir, was to spend some time training him. Then High Lady Celeria walked in, sat down at the table, and shared a lot of this same information about the cult, including reports of raiding parties and a large dragon flying westward to the south. She said that Greenest was believed to be a potential raiding target, and asked them to head out first thing the next morning to check it out, and then invited Jinx, Alamir, and Spot to join the organization of the Harpers. They agreed, and so she told them to meet her at the Temple of Daenir in an hour, and then got up and left. And that's where we resume our tale. This evening on the 9th of Mythal, so you are still sitting in the inn in the Running Stag. So, and we'll say, we can just jump to, it's a few minutes after. You guys had I remember Alamir, was it Alamir? You at least sniffed and to see what Celeria was drinking.
Correct. And I found, and he found out that it was a very, 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 very good smelling port. He
Yep.
didn't touch it, but he just did, to detect what it was. Now, were we supposed to meet in an hour with her at the temple, or was it in the morning?
Nope, in an hour.
Okay.
Tonight.
Okay. Because you also said something about just tomorrow. I have to spend time with Obe to get my second level. So I just don't know
Right.
when that is.
And I believe we had said that would be like early
During
in the
travel
morning,
or
so
whatever.
as
Okay.
part of your morning, like your morning training,
Okay.
study rituals.
That's fine. I was just getting that. So we got an hour.
Yep.
What do y'all want to do? Get drunk?
Get drunk before going on a possible mission? I don't think that's a good idea.
Now, was my one question about, was her drink poured by somebody who was with her, or poured by somebody in the inn?
It was brought to the table by one of the young serving girls.
Okay, and we don't have any hookups really in here yet.
No, you don't.
We can make some, but okay.
Although everybody, given the attention you guys just got, everyone in the tavern is either directly or surreptitiously watching you. You can easily see that you are getting attention.
Who's the owner of the inn? And is he there or is she there?
You see, there's a bartender.
And if I need to ask the bartender, I will approach the bar to find out, just to see who owns the establishment. I mean, maybe the cat lady owns the establishment. For all I know.
No. So the owner of the Running Stag, but yes, it's not her. There we go. Do.
I don't know what you guys are doing. This is what I'm doing. So.
All right. So that information isn't already established. So, okay. But the person behind the bar, so it's a middle age. So let's say late 20s, early 30s, female, dark hair pulled back into a tight braid. And she's just busy putting out the drinks.
Yeah, I mean, Alamir's not pretty, but he will at least approach her and introduce himself. And travels wise, would this be a normal inn to stay in during travels for trade or
yes,
family? Any pulling out my notebook in my wallet or any notes about this? Is there a chance that I would know the bartender if this is a place we have been?
I don't know. A lot of your family's trade takes you mostly west.
Okay.
So you haven't been here before.
Okay. Well, he's going to go up and introduce himself and at the same time and Hello, my name is Elamir, and this is a fine establishment, fine enough for the lady herself to come on down from the High Keep. May I have the name? I know I'm not going to get it. The name of the owner, so I can thank them for such a gracious visit. And if not the owner, what might your name be?
I'm Lavina, and I am not the owner, but I have, yes,
Throw you under the bus. You don't have to give me a name. Don't worry about it.
yeah, he doesn't. The owners don't tend to hang out in the evenings. They like spending quiet evenings together. So I'm one of so myself and the head chef are in charge here.
And so I give a laugh, and so of course they leave you in charge because you run such a fine establishment in their, as their face, as their what's the word I'm looking for, as the face of the inn or tavern.
I certainly do my best.
And I'm gonna end it with a gold coin, and especially to say, well, so far this has been one of the finest establishments I've been in, and I hope this won't be the last. So
And
a generous tip.
Takes the tip and nods to you, and she says, and I can tell you know what you're talking about. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Then I'll nod and head back to the table. Not drinking anymore.
Okay. So there is but if you guys wanted anything else, drink, food, whatever, there's certainly there's always a serving person nearby who is watching your table and waiting to come and serve you. So if no one else has anything specific they want to do, we can just pass the time until you can head down to the temple. Which I need to correct. I think I had originally said yes.
You said it was down here.
Yeah. That is not correct. It actually is this temple, this place, which I'm. Let me switch.
Number 10.
It's actually right here, very close.
Okay.
It's you see right above where it says inner chamber. Mm-hmm. That is the Temple of Daenir.
Okay.
So you're very close to it, right on the other side of the grounds to the high castle.
At least we don't have to worry or hurry.
I'm guessing the grounds are not pedestrian walked.
They are. It's so the park area around the high castle is open to the city. Only the castle itself is guarded, and there are gates.
Is the park open 24 hours, or do they actually close it at dusk to keep people away from the castle?
You don't see any signs, or I mean, there's plenty of guards, city watch patrolling the area.
Pick up your poop. Gotcha.
You don't see, you don't see any way that they could easily close it.
Okay. Alamir's ready to go if y'all are. Is Luna joining us?
Where y'all going again?
The temple.
We've been invited to.
Am I invited to the temple though, or am I not? It's the question.
I agree. That's why I brought it up.
That's a good question. You were so Luna, make an insight check. Spot, make a streetwise for me, please. Yes.
Streetwise?
Are we playing Logan's Run?
No.
I mean, I'd like to go.
Every one of you has a unique skill. If you didn't notice it, Spot's is streetwise.
I picture him going, yeah.
Really, yeah. You want some? Whatever you want, you get.
No, that's when I talk streetwise. That's not when I roll streetwise.
You want a piece of the action, you say? Yeah.
Yeah, you want some? You want some of this?
So
Thundercats.
Luna, even though you were not obviously directly invited to initiation, you got the distinct feeling that you were invited to the ceremony and to the Temple of Daenir.
Then I'll go.
Spot, you haven't been to, you aren't as well traveled as your most of your friends, but you've been to other cities in the area, and the largest city you've been to is Elturel. But every city has the same kind of street politics and relationships between those in power, the militant factions, and those looking to get by on the streets, and the poor and the dispossessed, etc. One of the things that has struck you, even though like when you were walking from Vale Gate, even though you've only been in the northern part of the city, but just seeing how open and comfortable the grounds are around the high castle, and how clean and open everything is. This is a relatively safe city. You're sure that there are criminal elements in the city, but they probably keep a very low profile, and do very well, and probably have very strict relationships, and it's probably all done through guilds, which you've heard a lot of big cities do. But you get the feeling that you probably could go throughout the entire city and not find street gangs the likes of which.
Sorry.
No problem. Yeah, but you feel like you could easily walk through the entire city and probably not find young street gangs like what you grew up in. So you get to the Temple of Daenir. Daenir being a minor deity of various types of music, poetry, things like that. And let's see. So you get there, and there are. Hold on one sec. Where do I have that? I have that here. I have that right. Here, right? There we go. All right. You come into so you go into the temple, through the Temple of Daenir, through the opening, and then there's open courtyards on the other side, and several different buildings. You are directed by some of the priests of Daenir to a center, to a group of buildings in the far back of the group, and you see a courtyard with a pair of stone pillars that have carved stone eyes at the very top, and on the eyes sit ever-burning candles. And from beyond them, from coming out of between two curved stone buildings, you see Lady Dragonbreast, Celeria. She comes out and she motions you forward. Excellent. I'm so happy that you are all here. follow me, please. And she takes you into one of the buildings, and you begin to walk down through some corridors and then to a staircase. And the staircase goes down. And you go down a couple flight of stairs so that you are now below the main level of the city. And you pass a couple of closed doors, and you go left down another hallway, and you see you pass other hallways heading to the right, heading north, further northward. She takes you to the end of the hall and opens this large metal door and says, please, wait in there, and and there will be someone here shortly. Just please stay out of the center of the room. And as you walk into the room, it's a large 40 by 40 foot chamber. There are chairs, about a dozen chairs, 3 to 4 on. Actually, most of the chairs would just be on the walls to your left and your right as you walk in. And in the center of the room is the floor is inscribed with symbols and patterns. So, what's that?
Like I say, said pattern. Is it? Can I see if I believe it's like a portal or something?
So actually, yes, and Jinkin, both you and Alamir would recognize this as a teleportation circle.
Write it down. Write it down.
We definitely don't want to sit in the middle of that right away. Is
Yeah,
there any
but you want to know what it is.
Yep, I did. Is there any dampness in this room? I'm just asking because we're along the water line and we went down a couple flights of stairs underneath the normal city level, which makes me, cover my butt here to not find myself drowning and needing somebody to turn into a fish that can't swim.
No, actually, it is very dry. There's no moisture, extra moisture in here, even though you're positive that you are below the water line.
One more question I have for you is the priest. What color robes were they wearing?
Denier?
Yep.
Pretty sure Denier is like they're probably light blue with.
They are not true priests of Denier.
What's Denier? What's the colors?
I think it's white and beige or something like that. I'm messing with you, man. I know that those are. I know blue's not the color.
Well, whatever colors are supposed to be. What is? Because I know I'm pretty sure Denier wears that blue is a part of.
Okay. I just using my now that I have after we rested, I have the knowledge and all these little skills that I didn't quite have knowledge of before.
Oh, maybe. Oh, I guess it's his eyes that are. Yeah, I knew there's a lot of blue, violet. So okay, it's the blue came. I remember reading about the blue for his eyes. Lots of different types of ways his eyes came out as blue and glowing blue and things like that. So,
I'm sorry for getting off subject.
That's okay. No, sure. Test me.
So what you're telling me is that it seems consistent with your religion and everything else. There's no reason to question that part of it, most likely.
Correct. It was. It's definitely an actual temple of Denier. But only the front of it that you first walk through is the active temple. So you sit there and you wait for it approaches, so 10 minutes pass.
I sit there while we wait. I sit there and play my lute just because I need something to do.
Okay.
And is there any way that Alamir can? I know you said there's patterns, there's things on the wall that he can make out this
On the floor, yep.
specific area. You know, something that says "you are here," meaning like burlesque or something like that, or a pattern that matches a bird. Whatever.
It is a specific pattern that you can take time. You can even sketch it if you want. Like, you know,
he will.
You know enough from your training to know, and you've used as part of your training, you went with the some of your instructors to other places. Actually, you would have traveled to Waterdeep once, to the Mage Hall there and back, using a teleportation circle.
Okay.
So, and you know that the pattern is specific for each place where there's a teleportation circle, and you need to know that exact pattern to be able to go to it.
Okay.
You need extra.
He's going to sketch it.
Okay.
He's jotting it down.
Yep. So it's easy enough to do, especially when you have.
Is it looked poorly upon? Are they looking at me like, you don't want?
There's nobody there with you.
Okay. All right. He'll take a quick sketch and then he'll put it down.
Yep. You do know that if you were to use it, if you're using teleportation circles without permission, is definitely frowned upon, no matter where you're going.
I'm with you.
The teleportation circle at Candlekeep is heavily guarded, both with magical wards as well as actual guards.
Would I have ever seen it?
Yeah, you've used it.
Okay, so would I have that in my book also?
Yes, you have that one, and also the one for Waterdeep.
Okay, got it.
So
yeah, really well.
2 or 3 minutes, another 2 or 3 minutes pass, and there is a buildup of energy within the circle, and the circle begins to glow, and poof, a figure appears in the center of the circle, dressed in flowing gossamer robes, is Schwan.
Oh. Well, this is a pleasant surprise.
Well, you think I am very busy. I do not have time to leave Hill's Edge for extended periods of time, but I certainly wasn't going to not to be here for your initiation ceremony.
You had to be, didn't you? Because you're the one who's bringing us in.
It is.
You always bring us in. You keep bringing us back in. You never let us out.
And yes, it is. It is also. It is also good for. It is not absolutely required, but it is very helpful and for the person who is vouching for new members to be part of the ritual as well. So. No time to waste.
Did you hear that, Alamir? Don't do anything to screw this up. You make her mad. She's now responsible for us.
Yeah, Alamir.
So
be good. We all look at Alamir, point to him.
So she leads you out of the room and back down the hall, and you take the second left. So the first big hallway that you had passed. Going north, and you continue to walk up and further in and go down another set of staircases. You pass a lot of small rooms, and you see.
Can we glance in those?
Yeah, so you see, like you pass a trophy room featuring that has a lot of relics and items, like. You can tell that there's magical floating weapons, collections of books, with that look very aged.
We get any of them?
Alamir, you've seen collections like this in Candlekeep, but this looks to be like a very, very extensive and valuable collection here as well. And you even see at the far end of that room what looks to be you hope a stuffed and mounted beholder.
Gotcha. Keeping
Which
an
one
eye
is
on
it?
the eyes.
It's not stuffed. It's just paralyzed
And
forever.
you see lots of other rooms, and the stone walls are fairly basic and polished, but nothing too fancy. The rooms themselves, many of them are lit by candlelight or by some type of lighting, ever burning, like candles or lights that look like shining stars in the ceiling as you pass by them.
The candlelight, are they still the same kind of candles with the eyeball underneath? Not the eyeball, the design of an eye underneath.
You do see some of those in particular, but a lot of the other ones are just simply just candles. And then there is a set of double doors. She opens them up, and you enter a grand meeting area. It's an oval-shaped, 90-foot long, 40-foot wide, fan vaulted ceiling supported by vine-wrapped columns, illuminated by a number of multicolored glowing globes. This is close enough. There are lots of candles and candles just floating in the air, as well as alcoves, and you can see in the shadowed alcoves that there's bookshelves lined with books. And the big thing here is the ceiling. The ceiling is
Bewitched like Harry Potter.
it's like it's like there's no ceiling, but you're looking up at the actual night sky. Yes, so it is you see the stars and the beginning of the moon and they're actually twinkling and look like looks like it's just a magical scene that's evolving and moving as it would be outside.
What cycle is the moon in?
It actually doesn't quite match what the moon is really
Okay.
at this time of year. It is a crescent moon.
I want to state the fact that I appreciate the fact that Spot has the appropriate cat coloring for this particular deity.
Good offering. Good offering.
Excellent.
What can I say? They're just attracted to me. The cats come out of the woodwork when I'm walking around town. I'm a good person.
So what you see when you so as soon as you walk into this place, into the room, there's a figure on the far end, but right in front of you, who walks right up, hands on his hips, staring up at Shua'an, is a halfling. Okay, open. Nope, that's because I'm in the wrong place. Dun, 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 dun. Get down here. Here we go. And And he looks up and he's like, "Well, Schwan, it's good to see you. I see you've brought some friends." And she says,
Thirst.
"Yes, Master Absalon, of course. These are the ones I told you about, along with their friend Luna." "Very good. Very good." And he yells over his shoulder, "Belhar, no time to waste." And he steps to the side. And Shua-An looks back at the three of you and she winks and she goes, you should do just fine. I will be over here." And she walks over to Luna and walks the two of you over to a corner. And from the other side of the room, comes
You're seriously biting my finger, cat.
that's a small
Apparently
image.
not so good person.
Comes a older, gray-haired human male who walks up, who slowly walks across the hall.
Does he walk around like he knows how to handle himself?
Yeah, you don't get the feeling that he is.
I mean, he doesn't like have like a limp, or he's not like, somebody who's like in past adventure who just can't do anything else anymore.
Correct. No.
Okay.
You do not get that sense from him at all. He goes, "I am Belhar Thantarth, master of the hall."
It's a beautiful hall you have here.
Bow my head.
We can talk when the ceremony is done. Let us get started. And the lights begin to dim until there's nothing but a scattering of candles and the starlight and the moonlight coming from above. And the light seems to center on the middle of the room in front of you, and between you and this man, between Belhar.
No.
And
Like,
he
that's what he step forward.
and he strikes a pose and like a
Blue steel.
like a circus ringmaster or a mummer in the middle of a show. He says, "Who enters this sacred hall of knowledge, and who vouches for them?" And Shua-An steps forward a couple of steps still off to the side. "I am Schwan, High Hopper of Hill's Edge, and I bring 3 aspirants, Jinkin, Spot, and Alamir. They have proven themselves admirably as gatherers of information and guardians of the oppressed. I deem them worthy and request the rites of initiation." "Very well. The request is granted. Jinkin, Spot, Alamir, step forward, and the rite shall begin."
I step forward.
I step forward and I said, I get middle of the moonlight or whatever, perfectly.
Step forward with my head
You
held
are
high,
right in the middle.
bathed in the moon.
Yes, you are bathed in the moonlight, and even though it's a crescent moon, the light brightens, and it's like the light of a full moon coming down in the center of the room.
Turn into werewolf.
So the rest of the hall darkens even more, or it could just be because you're, how like when you're in the light looking into the darkness, it's even darker, so that you can barely see the room around you. And then you hear the rustling of papers, and up in the air, you see the books begin to fly off the shelves and swirl around the air inside of the hall. And candles begin to fly along with them and hover and do this intricate pattern in the air. and these patterns begin to get closer and closer to you. You hear Belhar's voice again. Among the books are sigils representing something of personal value to each of you, and a passage of power below it. You must find the appropriate sigil, trace it in the air in front of you, and read the passage aloud. And then he steps back. So, Jinx, what is the sigil that you are looking for? What does it represent?
You know, it's bad. Okay. I guess the sigil would be something with a book and a coin combined together, just for stories and that kind of nature that I grew up loving, and also which helped me get through some of the times. And yeah, so something of that nature. I'm not sure what these sigils all look like,
That's
but
okay.
I'm assuming.
No, you don't have to come up with a sigil, just a description of what it represents. So stories and so the idea of tales and stories of the world and the.
I'm not sure why I thought this is really old, but choose your own adventure books. Back when I was a kid, I used to love them.
Yep. Very good. So think about these books. So these books, the pages are just like flipping by. They're getting closer and closer to you. It's even in the moonlight. It's still like the candlelight itself is almost needed to be able to read the words on a page. So you need to think about how you are going to go about trying to find the sigil, find the page in a book and be able to read it. How you're going to go about doing that. While we move on to Spot, what would your sigil represent?
Honesty, integrity. The first thing that would come to mind is, making sure that it's about not letting your friends down, kind of thing. So be there for them when they need you, not be late, not be the one who shows up after everything.
So honesty, reliability.
Yep.
Excellent.
And the way I would look for it is I would just grab the book that I feel is the right one without having to read it, just trusting that it is the right one. And I would grab it and open it to the page and hope that that's my sigil.
Use the force spot.
Yes.
Okay. Alamir,
Because
what
I have
does your
faith.
sigil stand for?
His sigil stands for travel. His sigil stands for geography, the lands, the lay of the land, understanding that you go from one point to another, and you trust in cartography, maps, travel.
Excellent. Okay. So and how would do you have an idea how you would go about trying to find it?
He's looking for the swirling of the books, however the books are flying. He's looking at them as paths. One book leads to another book leads to another, and wherever it leads, whatever he would consider the end, that would be his book.
So you're looking for patterns. Excellent. Okay, fantastic. Jinx, how are you going about finding your page?
Yeah, I sit down and I bring the lute out and I start playing, and I'm playing along with the rhythm of the books, and I find a book that's going to be closely matching the some kind of pattern, I
Sure,
guess.
back.
Not same pattern as of a song, basically. And whatever book that happens to be that fits the most, I'm going to grab that one, and I will um, obviously pull that down. And um, as far as what page I'm going to go to, um,
That's okay. Go ahead and make a performance check.
oh god, oh yeah, I get my half bonus to that now.
And you also can
horrible.
roll with advantage.
It doesn't even show up updated on my on the thing here. I disconnect this again. 1 second.
What was the result?
17, but it's not showing up, which is really weird. It was before.
Yeah, no problem. So 17. So as you're playing, as you play and match the music to the pattern of the books, you realize that your music is also influencing the books themselves. And there is a particular string of books flying through the air with books and candles intermixed in them that is beginning to wind its way closer and closer to you, and is actually following most closely your music. And
So you're saying there's like, so you're saying I can casually take it out of the air as it flows by, and I don't have to look like, get up and try to get it.
Correct. So you are almost calling your book to you with the music. And the book, and as it comes, and it's not the first book in this pattern, nor is it the last, but somewhere in the middle, you know, based on the notes you are playing and I'm not a huge I'm not a musician, but I know like there's like whatever the beat is that you're playing, like that note at the end of that current sequence, identifies the book that you need. And as you play that note, you follow up. I reach out and you take the book, and next to it is behind it is a candle, and so you grab the book and the candle, and the candle floats right there, and you see the symbol and the passage beneath it.
By the way, just because it's kind of goes with everything else, it's the 13th book, by the way.
I'm sorry, what?
It just says the 13th book.
Okay, all right. Do you trace and recite the passage?
Yes.
All right. As you trace the symbol in the air, your fingers trace it, and it glows. It's like there's some magic in the air that is actually creating that symbol to be created in the air in front of you. As this is happening, Spot, you are trusting to luck, kind of
trusting to more than just luck.
Right.
I'm trusting to everything that I've always believed in my whole life, that it is what you do that makes you go where you go, not luck, not the gods, not anything. It's your choice. So I choose what book I believe is the right one.
So to choose the correct book, actually, this is kind of like, I think this is aligned to like how you've lived your life, right?
Yep.
So go ahead and, with advantage, roll a streetwise check.
It's all about instinct.
Excellent. So you are watching the books, and you see, and all the books, most of them are streams of books and candles, running like rivers going down a mountain. But you see a book that is kind of weaving around the other books in its own singular pattern, and it kind of hovers and may even follow above or below some of those other book streams, and then continues and moves on. And you get the feeling that this book is most like you yourself, and how you have succeeded and explored and found your way in life. And as the book begins to get closer and closer to you, make either an acrobatics or athletics check to see if you can reach it.
Normal roll, I'm assuming.
Yes, this is a normal roll.
Oh, it rolled off of the 20 to an 8.
But that's okay. 12 is still that's actually what you needed. So it's almost out of reach, but you're able to, like, up on there's like one of the like a chair on the side of the room, and you're able to just kind of hop up on the chair and leap from the armrest, and just you grab it as it goes by and land on the ground safely, with
Light as a feather.
Yeah. And there are plenty of other streams going by you at the time, and you just reach out and grab a candle, and it floats there. Are you going to trace and recite yours?
Yep.
And the symbol glows in front of you. Alamir, you are looking for patterns. You look, so you're looking for patterns similar to how you look for patterns in mercantile exchanges, and the way the flow of commerce and economics, and also you understand the flow of you understand geography and the flow of different types of the way rivers and streams and air currents and everything kind of affects each other. So let's go ahead, and since we haven't played with your skills yet for the mercantile stuff, go ahead and, with advantage, make a geography roll as you look for patterns. Excellent. As you're watching the books and the streams of the books and candles, you see the pattern and how they flow, and you notice a hierarchy in them. And you see within them a key stream that is winding through all of them. That is both.
Can I snatch it before you can grab it? Oh.
Yeah, it is both like it's both being affected by the other streams, but also kind of guiding them in a direction towards the center. This is the key stream that you find, and the key point in that stream is the very first book. That is the leader,
And I try to grab that book specifically.
So you see the pattern, and without any problem, you walk over onto the end to the edge of the moonlit area in the center. You take a few steps over to this one spot, and the stream just comes straight by you, right in front of you, and you reach out and you grab the book and the candle. Do you trace and recite the page?
Oh, you bet your bippies I do.
And it glows, and the symbol glows in front of you. And as this third symbol glows, all three of your symbols begin to stream energy in between each of you in the air about 12 feet up. And they begin to coalesce and form together. And they create a new symbol in the air. It is a silver harp with a crescent moon. It is the symbol of the harpers. And as it coalesces, you hear Belhoir's voice. And for this, if you go into the general handouts, and actually, I don't see this for everyone, so let me do this. Yeah, I did not do that. So all players. So in here down below, you see there is an oath. I'll make sure yes, it's updated. So in the quotes is the oath. Belhoir says, Jinkin, recite the oath.
I clear my throat. I, Jenkins, shall relentlessly pursue information and see it used to fight corruption and aid the oppressed. Promote fairness and equality. My actions shall be covert whenever possible, and peace found through subtlety and soft words. I can't talk today. Only when such actions fail shall blades be drawn, fists clenched, spells hurled. These things I seldomly swear to do as a watcher, so that all my lands can be shared peacefully by all creatures. I want a special note that the first time we got in a fight, we didn't kill anybody.
Yeah. First two times, actually, that you could have fought. He then says, Spot, recite the oath.
I, Spot, shall relentlessly pursue information and see it used to fight corruption, aid the oppressed, and promote fairness and equality. My actions shall be covert whenever possible, and peace found through subtle and soft words. Only when such actions fail shall blades be drawn, fists be clenched, and spells be hurled. These things I solemnly swear to do as a watcher, so that all lands may be shared peacefully by all creatures.
Alamir, recite the oath.
Alamir steps up, doesn't get in the moonlight. I, Alamir, shall relentlessly pursue information and see it is used to fight corruption, aid the oppressed, and promote fairness and equality. My actions shall be covert whenever possible, and peace found through subtlety and soft words. Only when such actions fail shall blades be drawn, fists clenched, and spells hurled. These I solemnly swear to do as a watcher, so that all lands may be shared peacefully by all creatures.
Well done, watchers. Welcome to the order of those who harp. Take your pin as a symbol of your dedication to the safety and well-being of all goodly beings. And the silver symbol in the air bursts apart into three streams of energy, bursting upwards to the ceiling and hit 3 separate stars. The stars begin to float down very gently in front of each of you. And you hear Shua-An's voice.
I put out my hand.
Take it. And you put your hands out, and as the star hits your hand, it coalesces and forms into a silver pin, the pin of the Harpers. If you would like, you can go into. You can add the item to your inventory. If you go into your inventory, you shall find it. If you do a search for
Harper pin lesser.
Lesser or greater?
Yes, so it's a lesser
Yeah.
Harper pin.
Oh, must be attuned.
Yes, it does need to be attuned. So and it you can
You're
see
giving
what it
something
does.
to Jenkins that can make people not know if he's lying. Oh, we're screwed. Look at that smirk. Look at
Honestly, that's already good. Start in a while.
that. I know.
Yeah. So this is what I think this was something that came out in 3.5 for Harper pins, and so I slightly modified, but yeah. So with that, the lights all in the room come on. Shua-An comes over and she hugs each of you, and both the halfling and Belhar, they both come over and congratulate you in person. It's just the 3 of them in this room.
I thank them and shake their hands.
Mhm.
Wear my pin with pride and put it underneath the corner of my shirt so it shows.
I have mine, put mine on, but I hide it instantly.
So, they're just obvious from what you already have gathered from the ceremony. Belhar is the person who kind of runs. He's the master of Twilight Hall, and the lead harper in Burdusk. And the halfling Obslin is the seneschal, so kind of the person who does a lot of the additional coordination, like the right hand person.
What was Shua-An's title when she said it?
She just called herself High Harper of Hill's Edge.
Okay. Figured as much. Just wanted to make sure.
Yep. So, if there's anything, is there anything special that you want to do for conversations with Obslin or Belhar before Shua-An walks you out?
I believe Sean's going to tell us what's going on after this. So
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm assuming I would just say we report up through Shua-An, even though we came here for the ritual, right?
Yep. Well,
Okay.
I mean, you basically report. That's a good question. How that works?
Because I mean that would be my being the street person I am is like, who do I report to? Who's going to give me jobs? That's basically what I need to know, and I will, doodly turn in and do whatever is asked of me, unless it conflicts with my right mind, and I would question it. I'm not going to do anything blindly, but
right. Belhar says that everything is managed through him. So there are, all of the people, the handlers, the runners, everybody, all the information that comes through the hall is managed, personnel wise, is managed through him. So they don't have someone specific to work with you, but there will be people who will, as needed, will contact you
So
in
it's
the
like
places you will go.
in equivalent email format, he's always CC'd on everything.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
That is exactly right. So, but as you, so after your conversations, Shua Ann walks you out. As you walk out, she kind of, you see she had a brief conversation with the halfling, with Obzlin. And as you're walking out, she's like, while Belhar is the master of the hall and coordinates the duties and knows all the goings on, Obzlin is more than just seneschal and a helper of sorts. He is some in perhaps not by specific role, but simply because he is incredibly good at it, acts as a type of quartermaster. He knows where and how to acquire almost anything that the Harpers need. He knows off the top of his head of all of our special caches of knowledge and magic, all over Faerun. And he knows and he has contacts in almost every major city. So
Would we be able to look at some of the texts that were in those rooms that we passed?
certainly. Just make we can stop and you can spend time looking at them if you'd like, but don't get too caught up in that right now. You really should rest so you can get a very early start tomorrow.
Oh, it can wait. I was just wanting to make sure because I know that while I may have had some vague interest, there's other people in our little group here that may have more interest to read that kind of stuff.
Does Alamir know? I mean, he knows it's teleportation. Does he know off the cuff or off the top of his head based on knowledge? Or should he ask, so when can we start using these? Or is that a faux pas? I mean, he is mage, he is wizard. Right. He looks at those and goes like a druid wanting to pop from tree to tree. He's like, hey, hello, can I come home quickly?
Shuan, she laughs and she's like, well, you are,
that was a cool trick.
Member, so you can use them. You can use any Harper teleportation circle as soon as you have mastered the magic.
Gotcha. So he's looking for the book.
Yes. Okay. I'm afraid. And she walks you back out to the Temple of Daenir. And she stops. She says, I cannot be seen out in the city. I need to get back before I am missed in Hill's Edge.
Understood.
But I'm extremely. I want you to know how happy I am that you all took this step and are have the full guidance and resources of the Harpers behind you at this point. I think you will find out in the morning how valuable that can be. So I shall be around and we shall meet again. I know it. Best of luck to you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
And she turns and goes back, heading back towards the teleportation circle.
I do lean over and ask Alamir, when you learn to use that, can you check, see if it's safe for me to use when I'm with y'all?
I can look into it, I say.
When you get there.
But you can't detect if I'm lying.
We'll see if you gain more heals from me or not then.
Guys, stop fighting me. Yeesh.
We're not fighting, we're showing our love.
So, is there so it's pretty late in the evening. Is there anything special that anyone wants to do before you go to bed? I know,
I'm gonna
Alamir,
lay
you
down-
need to get up super early in the morning.
Right. That's what he was saying. So otherwise, no. So while you guys are figuring it out, I'll be right back.
Nothing that would be probably this time of night. So I would just want to make sure we got good rooms.
And you do. You
And good
already
drink.
got the rooms earlier. Remember you had the
Yeah.
chat book sitting in there? Yep.
Yep.
So you already have rooms.
I mean, as long as we got that, I'm kind of good for the night. And if I get up early enough, I might run down to the music shop just to see what the kind of stuff they have there. But I don't really have any other agenda.
Okay. So it's too late for music shops to be open.
Exactly.
Yep. But you hear that like that there are some incredible music shops in this city. So something to keep in mind for the future.
Jenkins, stop flipping off the DM.
There's 2 fingers. It just happens to, this is how my hand is. I've been communicating via internet all day today, and I'll be honest, it's been a good time.
Yes, I'm sure. All right, Spot. Anything special you're looking
Nope,
to do?
I go up to the room, pull the pillow off the bed, throw it on the floor, and sleep on the floor.
Okay. Luna, anything
sleep in the
special?
bed.
I always find it way more comfortable than sleeping in any sea
Nope.
or hay bed or bug bed or whatever else. So
If everybody
A
else
fun
going to bed, I'll go to bed.
Okay. Yeah. So very
Do I know-
comfortable.
Do I know where
floors.
Do I know where the druids may meet around this area for
You
future
do not.
reference?
You do not. And you can ask, but from what you've been told, there are no known druids
In
or
this
druid
area.
groves in the city.
Okay.
However, as you all go to sleep, Luna, you
have a nightmare.
fall into a deep sleep. And you have a vivid dream where you are in a boat. You see standing
I'm in a
on the other side of the boat, in the back, Sarla Wheatfollow, and you are rowing her across the water to an island. When you get to the island, you go with her and you get to the center of the island. And this is the Isle of Lygon in the Sea of Stars. a place that you had been to a few months ago when you did your initiation ritual with the Emerald Enclave. When you get there in your dream, you are met. You see within a group of standing stones in the middle of the forest a giant coral snake. And in your head, you hear a voice. It is feminine, but just filled with power. Child of the land, welcome. The ceremony of initiation is prepared. You must choose a form and run the forest path. Magic begins to encircle your body, Luna, and you begin to change shape. What animal do you change into? And you see as you're changing,
I change into an onyx.
An onyx?
Yeah.
And you see just off to your right, treants stepping forward to flank a trail leading into the depths of the forest. And you begin to leap and run onto the trail. The treants throw their arms out and create obstacles, trying to block the path. Do you have the onyx in your list? If not, just
Yes, I do.
excellent. Would you roll a dexterity, athletics, or acrobatics check with?
Okay.
With it?
So you said dex or let's see. So just a straight dex check work?
Yep, go for it. Yep. So they almost block you from passing, but you slip through, rubbing one side of your body against the rough bark of the arm of one of the treants, and you slip through and continue running down the path. And as you run, you see the ground in front of you begin to fill with water in this huge puddle of soft mud. Try to block your path, and so you have to try to leap over it quickly before the water fills and becomes too wide for you to leap. It's either a dex or strength check. Though I believe the onyx is better dex. And you easily leap and clear it, and continue. And as you run, you feel the energy of the forest begin to fill your body, and kind of seep into your soul and your being. You continue to run, and there are vines that come and begin to try to reach out and grab you. And you zig and you zag along the trail, doing sharp turns. Make one more dex check to keep them from grasping you. One of the vines reaches out and goes right around your neck, and you're stopped cold, and you whip around. But the power of the forest fills you and keeps you're able to keep your senses and your sense of balance and control, and you attack the vine. Make an attack. Oh, excellent. You slash out at the vine and you rip it to shreds and then continue to run. The pieces of the vine falling away from your leaping form. And you continue to run around through the forest until up ahead you see a small rise, and up at the top is some kind of flat stone sitting on the top of this hill. And you run up there, and as you reach it, you feel the magic changing you again, and you come out of the onyx form, and you are Luna once more. Lying on this on this stone, you see a badger. And there are 3 bowls of berries. And there's the voice, and actually this voice, the voice of the coral snake, the serpent, would have been in your head as you're running, and you heard it say 3 things. The natural order must be respected and preserved. The elemental forces of the world kept in check. Forces that seek to upset the natural balance must be destroyed. Civilization in the wilderness must not be allowed to harm or destroy each other. The wilderness can be a harsh place. Not everyone can survive in it without assistance. So we must help others survive its perils. And here you are, without the voice reverberating, echoing in your head. And you look down at this sick badger, and next to it are 3 bowls of berries. The first bowl has small clusters of round bluish black berries. The second bowl has raspberry-shaped, shiny yellow and orange berries. And the third bowl has small, round, bright red berries. Which bowl would you like to try to discern? You understand that this is a test, and the badger needs berries that will help nourish and heal it.
The second one. I'm thinking red would be poisonous or something. So
Make a so go ahead and make a nature check with advantage, with the energy of the forest still flowing through you.
Still don't want me to roll that one?
You're not there. Very good. Yes. You believe you recognize these as being cloudberries. They cloudberries are very they are nutritious. Not the sweetest, but they definitely have these are some of the types of berries that can be used to nourish and to help and to help the body to heal and grow. What do you do?
I offer them to the badger.
So you feed them to the badger, and the badger is very weak, but it takes the berries and it begins to eat and swallow. And as it does, you see magic, this green magic kind of rise up from its body and flow outward. And then the badger jumps up onto all fours, and it hisses and growls threateningly at you. And then it leaps away into the bushes and runs off. the coral snake looms over you to the left, and it begins to change shape. And actually, I need to change this.
Oh,
I'm just going to do this. So
this looks
it
good.
begins to change shape, and next to you is Shadow Moon Crystal Embers. And she says, "The badger is a vicious protector. It can guide you when it is necessary to fight for what you believe in, when it is necessary to destroy that which threatens the balance of the natural world. So, Luna, are you ready to take your oath?"
I am.
Then do so. And the oath is in.
I've got it.
You got it? Go for it.
I, Luna, do swear to respect, preserve, and restore the natural order, and to protect the natural world from any forces that threaten it, destroying those forces that seek to upset the natural balance, while also keeping the elemental forces of the world in check. I will also work to keep civilization and the wilderness from destroying one another, and help others survive the perils of the wilderness or the wilds. I solemnly take this oath and willingly become a warden of nature.
And as you finish speaking that last sentence, you see a beam of light streaking down through an opening in the boughs of the trees above you. And a lone leaf can be seen falling from the upper areas. It falls and floats down, and you reach out and you catch it, and it transforms into a leaf clasp. "Welcome to the Emerald Enclave, Spring Warden Luna Ventum. Go forth and carry out your oath to the natural world." And as she finishes that, and you look down and you see, and you're staring at the leaf clasp, and you feel the power of nature still flowing through your body. The dream fades, and you awake, and it's morning, and you are once again, you awake, and you are very comfortable. You're lying in the bed that you slept in last night, but you're on top of the covers, and you're covered in fur. And you are once again the form of the onyx. And you wake up, and you wild shape back into your natural form. You understand and feel the power and the ability of the wild shape, and you have it now. And waking up that way this morning does not count against your the number of times that you can wild shape today. And thus you have gained that power for good. And finally, Alamir, you woke up super early this morning. You got your 4 hours of
Meditation. Yep.
meditation. You met Obe in his room and begin to do some study. And he had you practicing and doing magic that you have never seen or done before. In fact, types of illusion magic that you had never even really known was possible. And he shows you new ways to use illusion magic, even at a basic level, that that is like modifications of some of the more standard magic that you had seen and experienced in your training. And so we don't need to go through specifics here, but that training opens your eyes and understanding to this new level and allows you to learn different types of magics if you'd like. So
Okay.
you should see in your list when you go in and you can look at your spells, when you can choose your spells, you're still limited but to the number of cantrips that you can have at level 2, which is what, 4? Yep. There are 4 new illusion cantrips that you can look at that you should see in the list. Minor Disguise, Phantasmal Assault, Silent Portal, and Winged Horde. And if you want, you can look at those. You don't have to choose now. You can look at them later. You can choose to replace one of your existing cantrips with one of those if you want. In addition, there are 3 first-level spells. Blur of Motion, Chameleon Stance, and Skulking Spy. You can just choose one of those and add them to your spell book as an additional new spell.
Okay. I'll figure one out.
Oh, I thought I had moved this over, but I guess I didn't. Here we go. Pop. All right. And that should take care of all of our initiation ceremonies and leveling up and having 2 people gain their archetypes. So it is later than it's still early the next morning. So the sun is just coming up. And there is an early breakfast already waiting for all of you when you get downstairs in the running stack. And sitting at the table, already having a little bit to eat along with a glass of juice, is Belhuar Thantarth. So the master of the hall is sitting down there waiting for you.
Oh, look at this. The master of the hall decided to grace us a presence.
You say that?
Yep. And then I sit down next to him and I grab a couple pieces of food, throw it on the plate in front of me, and I tip a glass to him of whatever they have on the table. Milk, juice, whatever.
He is giving you a shrewd look. And he smiles and he nods and he toasts you back. So are you all ready to head out and check out Greenest today?
Well, that was actually our main purpose for coming down this direction. So
good. Yes.
Whenever they get here.
So eat, drink, and then we have your horses are being prepared. And by prepared, I mean they're going to be able to hopefully get you there today. Now,
must leave whenever that is required then.
You all know that it's further than you would a lot further you would normally travel in a day. Alamir, you're very good with geography, even though you haven't been down this way. You know that it's probably more of usually a 3-day travel.
You got some special shoes on them, staggered special, don't you?
Gotcha.
Go around the outside and hold, you it can't pass.
Let's just say you should put the first 100 miles behind you by lunchtime. First 4 hours of travel will go very quickly, but you will need to rest the horses for a good 2 to 3 hours before you do the second half. Actually, you should probably give them a full good 4 hours rest. So it'll probably be the sun. The sun will be going down by the time you get there, but you should at least get there today.
Well, after being on a horse 4 hours straight, it's good to give him a rest and my butt a rest.
Especially at that speed.
Yeah. So, so you guys eat, drink,
Be merry.
yeah, and then you head out to your horses, and you trot with them out down to Belobar's Gate in the south. Yep, the southwest portion of the city, and you get just outside the gate. Belhar nods to the guards. They nod and step back. The gates are opened wide, and as soon as you get out onto the causeway, Belhar takes out a wand, and taps the ground with it 4 times, and says a string of kind of sings a melody, and magic bursts out of the wand along the ground and gets soaked up into these green horseshoes that each of your horses are now wearing. He goes, "There you go. Off with you now. Let us know what you find."
Yeah.
And as the horses take off, immediately it's like 0 to 100 miles an hour within seconds. You don't feel the full acceleration, but you feel about good, third to a good third of it at least. So like it pulls you back against the in your saddles, but you don't hear the horses' hooves hitting the ground, and they leap. Many their strides are incredibly long, as they basically are just like skipping through the air very quickly. So every stride is easily 4 times longer than it normally would be.
It's a much more comfortable ride.
Yeah, it is actually a very comfortable ride, other than your eyes, because of the speed with which you are going through the air. 100 miles an hour is very fast. Fortunately,
miles an hour. That means it's
Yeah,
going to be.
we made it there.
We're gonna get 4 times
Yeah.
that far before lunch.
Sorry. You're right. It's not 100 miles an hour. You're going to go 100 miles an hour, so it's 25 miles an hour. So you're
On a horse,
going
that's pretty
25 miles an hour. Yeah, so still fast. Yeah, I had that way wrong in my head. But it is a clear day. It's in the mid 50s, or it will be in the mid 50s later on. So it's probably in the upper 40s when you first start your off in the morning. And there's a very light wind, about 3 miles an hour, that you don't really notice while you're riding. So very quickly, you're going to cover a huge distance here. Let's see, back. So, whoops. All right. So you are traveling. So you travel for about 4 hours, and you see it's several groups of people and wagons as you travel along, and they are all like scrambling to get out of the way and yelling and pointing at you as you go by.
Wave.
Yeah. And this is not the normal sight for travel along the road. Alamir, for as much and as much as you've traveled and Jinx, you know, all the different roads, the major roadways and stuff, like you've never even heard of something like this. So this is a very rare magic that they just used to expedite you to Greenest today.
I don't care what kind of magic it is. This is awesome.
It's good to know people.
So I'm going to close this out now. Also, just so everybody knows, Alamir, you had asked last week, but everyone should have the map, the detailed map of Northwest Faerun.
Map of Northwest, yeah.
That you can pull up in your general handouts now. And here, I'm going to give everybody this, so you will have at your fingertips the full map of Greenest, so you can see the full layout of this town. So you are approaching from the northwest. At the end of the 4 hours, the magic wears off, and the horses are exhausted, but you are within about 20 miles of Greenest at this point. So you take your rest. You rest the horses.
We feed the horses.
You feed the horses. Yep. All right.
Can I see what kind of you said they had blue horseshoes or green horseshoes under this?
Green horseshoes.
Are those horseshoes still on them?
The horseshoes are still on them, and there are magical symbols inscribed into them.
Figure out what spell it was just by glancing at it and doing some arcana.
Yeah, go ahead and make an arcana check.
Oh, come on! It was 18, and then it became a 2. So 4.
Which is appropriate. Yeah, you have no idea what this is. Not anything that you've ever seen before.
Well, since we're only a couple hours out, once we get going, when we get to the spot where we're about to, we're going to leave in a little bit, I'm going to cast a spell on myself just before we leave.
Okay.
It takes like 10 minutes to cast, so.
Sure. What are you casting?
Sorry, it only takes 1 minute to cast. Gift of a clarity. Basically, gives me an extra D8 to initiative rolls.
Okay.
For up to 8 hours.
All right. And you said you did that to yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So at the end of the 4 hours, you get back on the horses and you begin to ride. And you've been traveling the road from Burdusk, right? And at this point, you're able to kind of really better enjoy the scenery and the ride now that you're going at normal speed.
You can feel the ground now, though.
You what?
We can feel the ground now, though.
Yes.
With every step.
That's true. That's true. Not as comfortable. So the road winds lazily across the rolling grasslands here in the area known as the Green Fields. and the trip is as calm and uneventful in terms of you don't see any people like you did in the first part. By the time you stopped, you had passed the road to El Toro to the north, and the rest of the way, the Uldun Trail to Greenest is been completely bare of travelers.
Is there any recent signs of tracks, wagons, hoof prints or something like that, or is it pretty much clean ground?
Make a survival check. I mean, you see, you see, ruts and tracks, but like nothing you don't see anything that looks recent or specific.
Do you ask for help at all?
Me? No, I didn't. I was really just looking as we were, traveling, not really noticing because I'm not really the tracking expert or nothing. I just happened to
Well, that's
look
what
down
I'm just
and
saying.
look.
Are you like, hey, I don't see anything or whatever?
Oh,
If you make comments, I might look around with you. That's all.
I mean,
I'm not saying I'm any better.
No. I actually kind of on that note. Yeah, I mean, as we're going through there, it would be like, sure, this is the right direction. It doesn't look like it's traveled well. I hear a song in the background.
I thought that was you starting to sing as we were traveling. I look around and try to point out to him where I do see people who have traveled before.
Yep. But it doesn't look like there's been anyone traveling within the last at least 18 hours.
So I point that out too. I was like, yeah, there's nobody traveling, but there were some. See, there. What are you exactly looking for?
Oh, I just want to make sure we weren't going into some kind of trap or something.
We probably are. I mean,
we are headed down this direction for a reason.
yeah. What was that reason again? That was 2 sessions ago.
So
we have to go check it out. All we need to know right now.
So the sun is starting to go down. And it's about the time like you're expecting that you're getting close to the town of Greenest.
I think we're almost there, guys.
You top a rise in the road kind of goes over a hill. You top the rise and you stop cold in your tracks.
Are we cold, actually? Or are we just stop? And does it feel like we're forced
the town
stopped?
of Greenest. It's about a mile away, or a little under a mile. And immediately you know that something is wrong. Instead of the quiet, welcoming town that you've heard it described as, you see absolute chaos. Even at this distance, you easily discern columns of black smoke rising from burning buildings, tiny dots of running figures that must be panicked townsfolk. And across the open fields and grasslands, you hear their screams faintly carried in the breeze.
We must make haste.
Well,
and get there.
Again, even faster and go, keep up.
Yep.
So when you get you get to the edge of town.
Alamir's trying to figure out why there's a river on the south part of this town when there's no river on the big map.
Don't let him control.
It's global warming.
Gotcha.
Yes, they're not having that spell.
What, global warming?
No control flame or whatever. Just go poof, poof, poof.
So, get this. So, just in general, so I'll let you know. So, so it is going to be. It's turning. It's dark.
The person did
and
it.
but the burning buildings and the half moon provide dim light throughout the town.
Mhm.
So
vision.
yeah, so you have dark vision plus it's dim light, so you don't have, so you can see without any disadvantage. There's, even though there's a lot of buildings ablaze, thatch isn't as flammable as it looks. So most of the flames come from haystacks and barns, and there is, the thatch is smoking and burning a little bit, but it's not like the houses are going to burn down completely right away. So the whole town isn't like going up in flames completely, but there are a lot of fires. There's definitely an attempt to burn the town down. It's just hasn't gotten as far as it looked like from a distance. So as you arrive, get this.
Question, Tom. You
Yeah.
said I could add one of those new spells. It won't let me because I already have my 8 spells.
So
How
as a
do I add it?
wizard,
Can.
you have ones you can choose for your spell book versus, so you can't learn it, but you can add it to your spell book.
Right, I tried to add it. It told me to suck eggs.
You may,
Oh,
No,
if you don't have it
you
set up
should be able to
properly.
add it. You just can't make it active.
Okay. So I have it as a learned, but not. I mean, yeah, but not a prepared.
And that's all you need, is to have it as a learned.
Yeah, because you only can prepare so many spells as a wizard.
Right. Gotcha.
But
That's
if you
where your
want to,
limitation
if you
comes
want to
from.
switch it out for one of the other ones that you already have prepared, you can do that, but you can't add it as a preparation.
Okay.
So, all right, okay, we're ready here. All right, and welcome, gentlemen, to the actual published module finally.
So to not greenest, more reddest,
Yes.
blazest.
Let me. I need
Focused?
to get tokens. Where's your tokens? Tokens.
I don't know. They disappeared.
I will grab your tokens because we need them now.
Always have permission before you grab.
I never want to reach over and snag something that people don't know you're snagging.
All right.
Unless you're jinking.
So let us
I am innocent, as always.
So I'm going to put you right. Actually, I'm going to put you, right here. Wherever I just randomly put you guys, that's where you are. There you are.
You're right there.
That's probably not, Alamir probably wouldn't be in front, but.
Well,
No.
he's generally kind of cocky, but
That's fine.
he's
So
not
in that
Alexion
general
cocky.
area, put yourselves how you would be traveling.
We'll travel like the guys from what's that movie called with the Three Amigos?
We are the
yeah. We're not doing that. But sure, I'd be in front. I would go ahead and slightly be ahead
Okay.
as I was trying to race forward.
I was going to say, I'm assuming normal would be like we'd all be staggered like.
We wouldn't be in a perfect.
You are on horses, so you would be at least 10 feet apart. So
I'm going to move back one.
Up ahead, so as you're entering the edge of the town, you see
I saw
5
someone take.
humans dash out from between 2 buildings up on the left. One is a limping man carrying a baby and pushing 3 young children ahead of him, and racing as fast as they can down the street towards you. There's a woman behind them carrying a round shield and a broken spear, who has turned and facing back in the direction from which they came. You see kobolds streaming out of the alley on their heels and fanning out around the women. She looks determined to delay the creatures for as long as possible. You see
That's what I was trying to do.
There's 4 kobolds there, and 2 of them are black and 2 are red. And even at this distance, you see they're wearing grisly trophies. Like one is wearing a human hand strung around its neck.
Can't see it from here, but is it fresh?
What's that?
I can't see it from here, but is it fresh?
It's fresh. You do not know. You are too far away. Would you like to roll initiative? And regardless of what you do, whether you fight or not, let's obviously they're in a combat situation, so let's roll initiative and see where we're at.
Love you.
We love you too.
I'm just going to add it.
Jenkins didn't select this token. Neither did
Did
Alamir.
select it. You know what it is? I was in the wrong screen. I was in the wrong
But
thing.
did you select it before or after you brought up turn order? Because I always have to do it after the turn order appears.
Gotcha. Never mind, it's 15.
Alamir, you got to roll again after you
Okay.
select your token.
Yeah, you
And
can
then
take the
stop
same
shooting
score.
my
You just have
earpiece.
to.
Grr.
All right, this is not. Let me do this. There we go. That's not good. Okay.
And you can change your score to the right score if you need to.
Are they all corrected?
Alamir is not. He was supposed to be 21.
Okay.
I'll take the 5.
21.
He takes the 5. He wants the 5.
I don't think the townsfolk wants him to have the 5. Okay. Alamir, what do you do?
On horses, so we have 200-foot movement.
The horses, what's the movement of the horses? Horses are like
Is that
it's
50?
50.
Are they still speedy though?
No. Not anymore.
And
Okay,
how much?
well, how far away were they there, Jinx, from you?
100 and something feet.
60 feet. Riding horses 60 feet.
Yeah, 115 to the first line of them.
Okay. Well, I'm going to move my 60 feet, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, about here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to target this guy closest to the people. And I'm going to shoot
You moved
Yeah.
60 feet? Is that what
on
you
the
just
horse.
said?
Yeah, but horsey.
No.
60, you said 60 feet on a horse. Right?
Yep.
That's what I'm missing. Manage spells. Hold on. That's what I'm missing. Okay, delete that one. It was which one was it? Firebolt? Okay, got it. I'm gonna shoot firebolt at them. Okay. Shooting a firebolt. At that one guy as I get into range. Does a 22 hit him?
So which one?
This guy closest to the house.
That one right
Okay.
there. Okay.
For now.
Yep. Oh, that
For
definitely hits. Nine damage.
Running and casting spells right away is not the Harper way.
We are
Don't you
protecting.
remember our oath?
They're kobolds.
The kobold, so your bolt strikes
Yeah,
it.
we're fine.
The kobold was had a dagger and a whip in its other hand, and it was lunging towards the woman, and your bolt just catches it right in the chest and just explodes his torso apart, and he falls to the ground.
Where are the kobolds on the turn order?
Oh, good point. They're not on the turn order. I totally forgot that.
They don't get
I mean,
a turn
they can
because
go
we're
at
going to kill them.
-1 if you want. I'm fine with that.
No, I appreciate
we all
that.
get an action first.
Thanks for reminding me. I'm sure they would.
At least one of the kobolds is not going on the initiative.
There we go. Kobolds.
I mean, I'm just asking, for a friend who wants him to get closer so I can reach him in one round. But
So, and a kobold. There we go. So there we go. That's where they're at. All right. Is that it, Alamir? No bonus action? You're muted.
Bonus action. Sit there and look pretty.
Okay. Jinx.
I ride up to right about there, and I whisper some words, and I'm gonna make them all. I'm not gonna make them save anything. I'm just going to cast a spell and see how many I can put to sleep.
Ooh.
so you start singing a lullaby?
34 hit points of things in this middle area right here. So basically, if they're less than 34 hit points, they just.
So what exact square are you targeting?
I am going. Let me make sure my distance is right before I say that, because I don't want to turn around. I should be within distance. Right. Sorry.
Targeting this second one back, right?
The 20.
Yeah.
It's a 20 foot. I don't know if it's 20 foot radius, because I'm not sure how to read this one, honestly.
It is.
It's
It's within 20 feet of the point you choose.
Okay. So basically, I'm gonna basically target this guy right back here.
Okay.
Get it right top of him. So it's gonna hit all of them, but just no, it's right behind him.
Hit
right
the middle
behind him, so that you're putting it far enough back so it's not going to hit her.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So then let me take a look here. Okay. You right there. All right. So and you had 34. Nice. So let's see.
What does your lullaby sound like?
Do.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Let me do it like this. So that kobold falls asleep. Yes.
There's little Z's you can put on people, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
No, there is no Z. There used to be.
What happened to Z's?
Yeah, what happened?
Oh wait, if you go down. Oh yeah.
No, you scroll down.
Yeah, you scroll on. Yeah.
Scroll down.
I
Oh,
just
there's
don't
the
see
cool stuff. Okay, where's the Z's?
I don't see a Z.
Will damage bring a kobold out of sleep?
Yes,
Well, you know
Yes.
what?
but if you get up to the advantage to hit him, if that
We're
means to be.
gonna. I guess we'll use that. Yeah, there used to be Z's. Huh. All right. Well, this is kind of like a Z.
Roll 20, fail.
Yeah, that's like terrible. So,
Yeah,
so
because I
you
remember there
see
used to be
the
Z's.
remaining 3 fall to the ground. Okay. So,
And that's my bonus action. I provide inspiration to spot.
okay.
Actually, I don't know if I can do that. Never mind. Before I say that, because I think he might be too far away technically.
30 feet, right?
60 feet.
3, 4, 5, just out of range. Just out of range.
I don't do that. I just yell out to them. I'm like, "Are you guys all right?"
Um,
And I tell the girl in purple to back off.
She goes, what's going? And she looks around. She goes, oh, and the man's like, oh, bless you, sir. And the kobolds are all lying on the ground, and there's no other motion around. The man moves, and he says, "Children, stop here!" And I'm not on the.
While they're doing that, I am going to start putting the fire out.
And then she goes. Nope. Then Luna goes. And he stops and gathers the children up. And he's like, "Oh, thank the God you came. I thought they were going to kill my wife. She was buying us time. We need to make it to the keep. There is safety there." Luna, are you going to do anything special?
All the creatures are asleep, right? So movement is 50 foot on the horse.
60.
60, okay.
How long does the sleep last?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I think it's like 1 or 10 minutes. We haven't used sleep much in our groups, so it's only 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. Yep. So good to know.
It's a no save, so it's one of those, good ones in a way.
Yeah.
So I get to there, and everything's subdued right now. So my goal is to put myself between them and the creatures.
So you could dash. Use your action to dash and move another 60 if you want.
Okay.
How much movement does it cost us to get off the horses? Are we going to be calm free?
Yeah, it's a free action to get down.
He's also upgraded to more horses.
Me right there.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're riding horses.
Have protect people.
All right. Is that it, Luna?
Yep. It took my dash. Actually, let's see. As a bonus action, I'll put Shillelagh on myself or my staff.
Yep. Got it.
That should be it.
Yep. Spot.
He's talking to us. He's not coming through.
Yep.
Shush. Would you? Shush.
I thought you were talking like you were counting going when I was watching your lips. I'm like, he's not counting.
No, I said I will ride up to here and get off of my horse and tell the man to put his kids on the horse so that they can get to the keep faster. I will dismount, and then I will use my bonus action to move my 50 feet up to her and make sure she's okay, and then tell her to go with her husband and use the horse to get to the keep.
Very good.
And at this point, that's all the closer I can get to him. So that's where I end.
Yep. So because he's actually very hurt and limping. So he and the baby and one of the kids can get on the horse.
Yeah, if they're small kids, if it's a baby and 2 kids and him, I would assume all of them should be able to fit on a horse.
Except it's 3 kids.
One
kid. Yeah, one's a baby, right? Or not?
Huh?
Is one a baby of the 3 kids? Or is it 3 kids plus a baby?
It's 3 kids plus a baby.
Oh, okay. Well, then otherwise, his wife and the other kid then either have to walk next to him, or hopefully one of my friends will give up their horse for hurt people.
Alamir will.
So, Spot, as you get there, actually, before we go to Linen, you see on the other side, okay, up here, on the other, just on the other side of the corner of the building, you see two more kobolds lying on the ground sleeping.
I look around everywhere now then if I see more that were behind them. And I ask the lady, how many were chasing you guys?
Uh, I, I thought I counted 7.
So there might be one more that I cannot see. And I will wait till my next action to move forward again
Yep.
and try to find more.
And she will, so she will go over. She'll rush over and start helping her husband and the kids get up on your horse. That was the first round, Alamir.
He's going to get off his horse so that he can give it to whoever needs it. So he'll bring the horse up here. He'll get off the horse there. Is that part of his movement, or is that just the horses?
Well, so the way it works in 5e is it counts as your movement, because once you get off, the movement you've taken
Okay. Then I'll do
is subtracted from you.
I'll do 10, 20, 30. And the horse's movement is 15. I'm going to get to this side of him to drop the horse here.
Yeah,
So they have access to my horse.
It's kind of crazy if you start on the horse and you move, 30 feet, then you move and you get off the horse, then you're done because you moved your 30 feet. But if you start walking and you walk your 30 feet, get on a horse, you still have 30 more feet you can go.
Gotcha.
It's just the way the system works.
Yeah.
It's
Once you get off, you're
science.
limited to whatever you use for your speed.
Okay.
So,
And because science.
So technically, you could have got off by her and then still walked around to that point because that was your 30 feet total.
Okay. So I haven't got that spell memorized yet. But he's going to double move 10, 20 to here. Just to.
and you see the other kobolds lying on the ground too.
Got him. And that's all he's doing.
Very good. So
As you pass me, I go, "Do you see a 7th? I only see 5 on the ground and the one you killed."
He's looking around.
She said there should have been 7.
all right, I was doing something. I don't remember what I was doing. All right, so that was Alamir. Jinx. Oh, I was going to get horses. That's what I was going to do.
Gotcha. As we're all dehorsed, I can dehorse. I'm going to dehorse this too and just run up there a little ways. I'm not going to run up as far as they are, of course.
Well, you can stay on your horse. They only needed 2 to get them
but
loaded up.
I don't need to be on a horse. I get up there and
I definitely don't because I move about as fast as a horse.
I get down there and then I whisper something inspirational to Spot. Spot, tease our man.
Go team, go. Go team, go.
If he can't spot it, no one can. It's really weak, I know. Anyways, but I give him inspiration. So he gets extra D6 just in case he needs to use it. On an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Yep, for 10 minutes. Excellent. Is that
Be
it?
careful. Oh, I do also yell it to the guys. I still have. That was a bonus action for inspiration. I will use my action to kind of move up next to these guys too, and then I will also be like, just so you know, they're asleep, but they won't be snoozing long.
Okay. And you see the other 2 now that are on the ground.
Are those dead?
They're
No, they
all
look like
sleeping.
you. They look like you put them to sleep like the others.
Okay.
But the lady said there was 7, and I only see 6 with the one that Alamir killed.
Okay.
All right. So they're getting up on the horses. Luna.
Okay, she's already ran over them, right?
Yep.
And I
We're
overheard
all
that
on
there's
foot.
supposed to
You're
be
the only one
7,
on horse.
so there's only 6 we see there. And those are asleep. I'm gonna cut this way.
Okay.
I see anything over there?
You do not. So currently, actually, make a perception check as you walk down that
Ogre.
way.
And there's a giant that we didn't see.
And there's a dead human, Alexion.
13. So yeah, you look around, and so it's you can see clearly out to 60 feet beyond and within your range of vision. And you can actually see other areas further away than that are lit by the fire and the moonlight, but you don't see anything else around you.
Okay, I can still use my dash, right?
Mm-hmm.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
So as you come around the corner on the bottom, you see one more kobold lying on the ground sleeping.
I yell out, we found number 7. He's sleeping too. Behind the others, you see.
Time up.
All right.
Now, kobolds, they're evil, right? They would be something I took an oath to kill, right? Or
Well,
not?
I will just say that they are a race that many people consider to be evil in general in terms of their culture, but
They serve a dragon. Most of the time,
There are
those
some
come
good
by a
ones.
there can be good ones. Like they're no similar to Grublup. No, there is no ancestry race that is completely evil all the time.
So in this
Must
case, my
overlook
oath does not have me destroy them.
stereotypes.
Yeah.
Some other things. So
All right. Spot.
I will run up to the other side of these two then and start tying them up.
Okay. So you take out you have rope you take out.
Yeah. Or do I need string because these guys are so small?
They're medium-sized creatures.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
they're
they're
on the
like
smaller side, but they're still
they're a little bit smaller than like a halfling, right? Because halflings are medium, but gnomes are
No,
small.
halflings are small, so they're larger. They're like dwarf size.
Okay. Yeah, then I will tie them up with my hemp rope that I have.
I'm pretty sure. Let me actually double check. Kobold.
Flamingo tied.
Small. No, they are a small humanoid, so they're halfling
Okay.
size.
So wrists behind their back, tied to one of their feet, so they can hop flamingo style.
So I
If they
assume
wake up.
you if you're using like one thing of rope that you have, like
Yeah, I'll tie the first one that way, 2 hands and one leg behind their back, and then the next set of then I will run the rope over to the next one and do the same tying of knots
okay.
and loop it around their waist too. at that point so that they can't try to squirm out of it, if their hands are behind them.
Yep. Huh. Do you guys see that? Or am I set as a GM still over here? And did I not? Oh, no, I'm not
Do
set
I
as a
see what?
GM. So why am I seeing those rolls? Huh. Do you guys see?
I see it in your stream. I don't see it in the game.
That is
Yeah.
really weird because I don't have I don't have GM capabilities. I'm logged in as a player, so I have no idea why the stream sees it.
I think it says because you rolled it to the GM. If you're rolling it from that account and not from the GM one.
Yeah, that's really weird. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know.
Plot twist. He's not the GM.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
what he's saying is we need to have
Second.
the stream up so we can see his rolls too.
Yeah. It's definitely well, it would be easier if I was logged in as GM on the stream one, but okay. I think I might switch over at some point, but all right. So you're tying them up. The woman and everyone, they've all gotten on. I am just going to do this because it's just going to be so much easier anyway. Running everything from my laptop is just real pain in the butt.
Yep.
Okay.
You need 3 monitors, Tom.
I do need 3 monitors.
That's what I've come to the conclusion of. My 2 is not the best. If I had a third, it would be perfect. Especially when you stream.
Oh
I
my
just wish I had a third put up vertically.
My old job in the military, I had between 3 and 6 monitors at all times. The amount of
Run
information.
I run 5 at home or at work.
Okay. So they get on the horses, and I'm just putting them all together at this point just because it's just easiest. And they begin, you hear them, and they say, thanks again. Oh, we're heading to the keep.
Okay, I was gonna say we'll walk with them once these guys are taken care of.
If
they want an escort, if they want to wait, if they don't want to wait, feel free to
no,
ride on.
then
Is what I tell
if
them.
you have offered to escort them, they will wait because they're like they were going to make a mad dash, but if you're willing to escort them, they feel much safer with you. So then in that case, they will actually trot. They're on the horses and they will come over closer to you. And the woman who introduced herself as Linen, she's like looking all around. You see her just like really keeping watch to see if any more come up. All right. So, and somehow I did that. Let me just give.
Yeah, if anything else pops up, otherwise, as soon as we got these tied up, I would start escorting them to the keep if the others want to keep looking around for more or whatever.
Yep.
But
so there is. I'm going to take us out of combat order then, because if you're just focused on tying them all up, you can definitely do that. You can gather them all up. You could even tie them all up with the same thing, a rope from Spot's rope, and you can just gather them all together.
And strip them of any.
big chain link line.
Alamir's going to start putting the fires out.
How are you doing that?
Control flames, cantrip.
Very good.
Just in little 5 by 5 by 5 squares. Just cantrip, 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 cantrip.
Okay, so you're working. Which house are you working on first?
I'm going to start up at this one.
Okay.
And then south, and then middle, then south, and then middle, and then north.
So we're going to. So
And
we'll say that while
left, it just burns.
Yeah, it
I'm-
takes a
Yeah.
while.
The one down here is gone.
The one up above and north is looks like
There's
that's
there's even a
gone.
big. Oh yeah, okay. It wasn't
That one's
scrolled
gone.
up. That's a stable. It's okay. It's just horses.
So say you just work on the ones that have small fires versus the bigger fires because you're more than likely going to get them put out in time.
Yeah.
All right. So so while you guys take care of the kobolds here, we're just kind of gather them all up. And
If there's a well around, I would direct, Jinx and Luna towards the well to grab whatever buckets they can otherwise to try to help.
you know there
Alamir.
is a well further towards the middle of the northern section of town to further to the west.
A pinchy mouse.
Yeah, if it's too far away, it doesn't make sense. So
We'd rather double check on survivors and such if there are
Yeah.
any.
Hello, sweet dog.
Either way, we take all the weapons
do
from
we
the
hear any
kobolds before we
screams
tie them
from
up.
buildings on fire?
What's that?
Do we hear any screams from buildings that are on fire that we?
No, you don't, but you do hear screams coming from far off in other areas of the town. And you hear the sounds of combat too, just very faintly from far off to especially actually from the southwest of you and from the west.
I turn to the people on the horses. I go, "How far is the keep?"
It's they say it's a short distance that way. In fact, when you look from where you're at, and actually if you look at the
Off between the houses.
yeah, so if you look at the where is it?
The picture you sent us
And,
before.
Greenest map.
Yeah, if you look at the large map, actually,
It's just south. Yeah, it's in that.
At
Yeah.
the end of the yep.
so you can see it's just shot southwest of you, so you are almost there,
Yeah.
and up above it, that circle, the area that is open area encircled by houses and north of the keep is
market.
there's a well there.
Oh.
Just so
So
you
I'm
know.
guessing we're up in the far northeast area.
Yes, you are.
But we hear screams from south of us in the other area by the bigger manor down there.
Yes, so you hear that actually that's a church. So you hear
People would take refuge in a
screams from the
church,
west,
so-
from the south, and from the southwest.
I can run as fast as the horses, so I can I'm talking to all of you guys now. Like I can escort these people to the keep if you want. If you guys want to go find out what else is happening, and I will be over there as fast as I can.
Sounds like a good
Unless we all want to stick together. I mean, doesn't matter to me.
And as we're going towards wherever we're going towards, I'll be putting houses out along the way. Cantrip, done. Cantrip, done.
Yep. So
Each one takes 6 seconds. You do that 10 times, you wasted a minute.
yeah, you're gonna help put some of the fires out
Yeah,
as you
as
go
much as I
around.
can. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, but so far only one house has completely been protected. So, all right. So you're just traveling from here down to down towards the keep?
Are we all sticking together, or am I escorting these guys to the keep quick, and then I will come back and find you?
Well, how about this? We travel the similar direction. If we hear screams, see if there's anybody else we can help and such. As you travel that direction, and that'll make it quicker for you to turn around and get back to us. Not to mention less likely that we're going to be completely lost compared to where you're looking.
You'll know where we're at.
Travel the main road towards the well, and then.
Yep. Then you're
up
going to head south somewhere along the line.
Through the buildings, hopefully, and up the hill onto the keep.
Yep.
So I guess that's the way we're going to travel. We'll follow the main road down then.
So you're so you're going to follow the road this direction then?
To the west, yes.
Yep. Okay. So
And then once we get to the big open area where the well is that you were saying, I would escort them with the horse up the hill because that's only a couple hundred, not even 100 feet from the well to the keep. And then I would come back to my friends and help them
excellent.
if we find whatever along the way.
So let's just here. I'm just gonna kind of move everybody over. Okay. How come? There we go. So so you're traveling. So you travel over, and you see off in the distance to the west. You see more kobolds. You also see you see humanoids, men, and they're dressed in some very distinct garb.
It's the same garb we saw down in the basement when we were kids.
It is. So what you see,
Dun dun dun.
They're dragon outfits. Yep.
yep. So you see things that look like you see similar to the two on the left. Probably what you really see is the far left, but you see that general attire, very distinctive, black and gray, angular cloaks. That kind of make them stand out from the rest of the people around, and they're burning, they're running around looking in buildings. You don't see any like immediate like combat. They're not fighting anything. Looks like you see a group of kobolds come out of one building, and two of the cultists come out of another building, and they're carrying like bags of loot, of stuff that they've taken.
Assuming we're going to go address this situation, gentlemen.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, they are.
Aye,
you
aye,
know,
Captain.
world.
All right. So you turn to head south. Perception checks from everybody.
Tell the families to stay close, but don't get into battle with us.
Yep.
Perception. We're all pre-read in line.
Until Spot can't spot anything.
I was talking to the families on the
Oh,
horse.
that's right. Okay, I got you.
Yep.
Nobody else is helping me with them, so
You got it's a job.
You said you had it.
Yeah,
We respect your ability.
You know the assignment.
So
half a peace sign, guys.
Yeah.
Half a peace sign.
so
We get this first.
Almer, Luna, and Jinkin, so while Spot is talking
care
to
of the
the
families.
family and watching to make sure nothing that you aren't seen and attacked from the group to the west, you look south and you see another a large group of kobolds and two cultists coming out of a building down there.
I look over at Alamir and I go, "Fireball? Come on, wizard!"
And one of the cultists points in your direction and yells and begins directing the kobolds to rush forward. So let's have another round of initiative, please. Okay, how come I can't do that?
So how come my health bar is not up on here on the token as it is on my character sheet? Do we have to update those?
They should be.
Mine still says 9, and I have 15 hit points now.
Then it's not connected properly. So just update it. I don't know why it's not. Oh, you know what? Yeah, why is it not? You're all wrong. No, you're not. Alamir and Luna and Jinx, everyone else
fixed
is
mine.
correct. It's
I'm
just
not right.
Just Spot.
Mine's not right either.
No, it's not?
Nope. I didn't notice until now.
No, it's not.
So
So,
just change the green to 15, right?
yeah, but Alamir and Luna are correct.
I corrected mine when we came on the map.
Oh.
I didn't have to do a thing.
I know
So-
if we correct it there, I don't think it'll stick though.
Probably
I think
not.
you have them tied to character sheets in the game too.
I do.
Remember, yeah, since you do it, if they're not corrected on that character sheet, I think it doesn't correct properly. Anyways, we
Why
have to,
is
I have
that
to
not
do
right? So, Alamir, you're 14, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's correct on the character sheet in here now.
Mm-hmm.
And Jinx is 17. Luna 17. Spot. Yeah, I mean these are all tied together, so somehow they're not tying to D&D Beyond anymore. Okay, well we'll look at that later. I have to take a look at that. All right. In the meantime, what are the rolls?
down there. Like, where are these guys?
What are cultists? 1 + 1. Okay. Cute. So 3.
It's only been a few minutes since we were last in combat, right?
Yeah. All right. Oh wow. Look at those rolls. Okay. So you see the two wrong one. The two cultists, they only have scimitars on them. So they pull their scimitars and one of why? Oh, it's because I'm not on. That's why. 1, 2, 3. And it goes running behind the building. You lose sight of them.
The building explodes. It was full of gas.
That's right. Fuel.
Actually,
It's a
they
natural
they
gas
both
vent.
do that.
Methane. All the cows were in there.
All right. Spot.
So this is my normal movement. I will move up to there with another 15 feet.
Okay.
Since I saw them run behind there, do I see them?
They're right there.
Then I will move next to both of them, so if either of them try to move, I will get an opportunity attack on them. And let me see.
Oh, was that a key move?
That was
Or was
my action, bonus action. Yeah, I can use a key point to move, but I don't know. Let me see.
I didn't know if you used a key to use your bonus, to move instead of using your action, so you can still attack if need be.
Well, technically, I can't flurry with a bonus anymore. So yeah, I'd have to use the key point to do the dash action. No, I'm just gonna double move to them and be like, "Where are you going?"
What? Who are you? What are you? You're going to.
Just here for 5 gold in a party, and you guys started early.
I forgot your outfit too.
You will not. You're going to become a little smudge on the ground, and then we will take what is yours. You will not stop us. All right, Jinx.
Distance, huh?
Actually, I'm going to use my bonus action to go into
Dodge.
patient defense with a key point. Yeah.
Okay. And you hear the cultists,
Just
like
since I'm the first one out there.
they're yelling at the kobolds, and you hear they're like, come on, you worthless, you worthless runts, get up here and help us.
So movement, action to move again, bonus action to go into dodge.
Okay.
We can do this in any order we want to, right? We do
Yeah.
all of our actions in any order we want to.
Yep, absolutely. And break up your movement, do whatever you want.
I can't even do that properly. I actually run over here and get over to the side of the house because I can't get close enough to do anything otherwise. So I'm just gonna go right over there and stop right there
Okay.
on the side of the house
Very good.
and hide.
All right. And you are but using your action to hide?
No, I mean I don't really have the option to be able to do that whatever. So I had to use double move to get that far. So I
Okay.
can't.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So
No
I'm
problem.
hiding behind a building. You know.
Got
It's
it. Excellent.
He's taking cover behind the building.
Alamir.
All right.
Not that
So
it matters.
10, 20, 30, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So right in this spot,
Uh-huh. On the back porch?
yeah, if you'd like to drop me a displacer beast, I'm gonna cast a improved minor illusion since I've seen it. I know how it looks. I have a pelt of it.
Ooh.
It's gonna be both sound and physical appearance of a displacer beast. I'm gonna
Okay.
drop right here with my cantrip.
So, okay.
That's my
Cantrip shouldn't be sound.
I have
He-
illusionist.
Yeah.
I'm master and
Oh.
illusionist, so it gives me the free cantrip of improved minor illusionist, so it's sight and sound.
Basically,
Or
it's the
Still
same as
not
the level
movement,
one.
though. Yeah. it
Not
just-
move. I have to move it on my turn for its movement. So it's right there. You can put whatever you want on there. You put a sword. I don't care.
Okay, why are these all open here? Close.
And I'm assuming
I think I have a
can
displacer beast
I
if
can
you need
cast
one, Tom.
anything I want as long as I've seen it and know what it looks like and what it sounds like. Otherwise, I'm guessing.
So you're
So this-
casting a junior version?
The
Does that one you
youth.
know what
yep,
it looks like and
yep,
sounds like?
you bet your bippies.
Like that?
Sure. And it's gonna look like a displacer beast, and it's gonna
But
So,
it's on the
make
porch,
the
right?
sound
There is-
on the back push.
but there's a problem with that though.
What?
This
It
is
can be-
minor. That you said this is your minor illusion.
Oh, it's a 5-foot area. It's not a
Yeah.
10-foot area.
Improved
Okay.
minor
So you
illusion.
can't actually do a large creature.
But if it's a junior, wasn't the junior a medium that we fought, and that's what he's replicating?
It was
The
still a
youth
large creature,
version?
I think. It was still a large creature.
Was it? Okay.
Oh, I thought you said it was a medium.
No, I'm pretty sure it was still large. It was slightly. It was on the smaller size of large, but it was still a large creature.
Okay. Then instead, what I'm going to cast is a disguise self on myself as my
Okay.
action,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to turn myself into one of the kobolds that we saw up above.
Ah, okay.
And as I'm near Jinx, I do disguise voice, but I tell Jinx in my own voice, Let's see if this works.
Oh, fortune favors
So
the
right
bold, my
now
friend.
you're the only one that knows. Wait till I come around the corner.
Well, Luna probably sees you changing it to it as well.
Hopefully.
You hope.
Okay, so Luna, right? Just for simplicity's sake, we'll say you're looking that direction. You are watching
I
what
see.
your companions are doing, so you see Elamir change
So
himself
my
into
horse,
a kobold.
my horse
Which color
ears-
kobold did you choose? So, out of
Black.
all the ones that you gathered up, there was red, green, and red. There was mostly red, 2 black, and 1 green.
I would have gone. We'll go with black.
Okay.
Those are the ones I shoot first.
That's right. If I get an arrow in the back, I'll know.
So the horse moves 60 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20,
Bringing a
25,
horse to a
30,
bow and arrow fight.
35, 40, 45, 50.
Just don't let it end up
60.
like the beginning of Walking Dead.
Hey, that was
And
one of the
then
pretty good shows.
they
Actually.
should be in, says 10, 25, 30, 35, 40. These 6 down here are all within less than 60 foot of myself. So
Okay.
I am going to throw fairy fire on them. They all have to make a Dex 14 saving throw.
On the kobolds.
Yes,
Okay.
all 6.
All 6. Well, I could do 5 of them. And 1 more. They get +2 on those rolls. What's the DC again?
14.
So the
14.
first
So
2 fail, the
2,
rest of
3.
them save.
So just the first 2 fail. Yes. So we'll
That's
do
better than
these
nothing.
2. Yeah, that's better than nothing. That was really good rolls on their part. Very far. Here, look, they get a bullseye on them because, or actually, you know what? I know. This is better. We'll actually put. There we go. All right.
And as bonus action, I'm going to reduce Shillelagh on myself or my staff.
Okay. It is renewed. Excellent. And it is their turn. All right. So kobolds, they will fan out like this. And actually, and the ones on the you see the ones in the center push the ones that are surrounded by the fairy fire a little further away from them and snarling at them.
So they're not coming up to help their friends?
They
bosses?
pull out slings. And so there's going to be
Slings are only like 20 feet, so they won't hit any of us.
That's advantage.
oh, true, 30 feet. That's because Wizards of the Coast didn't do their research properly.
What do you mean?
Let's see here. Slings were incredibly long range weapons. You can use a sling further than you could an English longbow.
Well, they bought
you
these
can,
slings
but
off
they're just
Amazon and
disadvantaged
they're made
because
in
it takes
China.
a lot of practice to get something that far away.
So they're gonna move up a little bit like this, and they'll fan out like this. Like that. Okay.
I was gonna say they probably changed it because of how they
Coming
use
closer.
how they use slings and deem them as basically a halfling weapon, where they typically think of it as like Ewoks.
Yeah. In Roman times, there were sling companies that could just devastate entire it didn't matter what armor or anything you were wearing; it could devastate entire legions.
Platoons. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
David and Goliath.
So I'm going to roll. Luna, you're the one that just cast on them. The other two are already by the cultists. So how many are going to attack? Luna? 4 of them, and the other 2 will try to help the cultists. All right. So I'll just do it and actually just normal. So 2 attacks on Luna. Oh, that's true. I've got this going normal. So a miss. And wow, yeah. So Spot, you're dodging around and you see the kobolds throwing at you, and while they're trying to hit you, they almost hit the cultists, and then the cultists are cursing and calling them names. And it's only a +4, so I'm just going to do the other 4 altogether.
They're all hitting at disadvantage to me, though, right? They did.
They would. Yes, they do.
I mean, they failed anyways, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Only one gets through.
Yep. So 1 hits you. So that's going to be 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And that is their turn. The cultists will. They're going to. They're going to. Kind of stay as hidden as they can here, but the one will move around, rotate around the other side of you, Spot, and which will negate the disadvantage, but it's still just a normal attack.
I've been rolling shitty, so you're going to roll good. So let's see how fast the orc can go down and come back up again.
Nope. So the first one misses. And the second one misses.
If they would have hit, I would almost be dead.
And it's your turn.
Yeah, let's see. I will reach out and punch someone. Well, one punch to each of them. Do the whole on 1 foot kick out, one behind me and punch forward. So I, at the same time. Try to get them both.
Okay.
You do have a D6 you can add to one of your rolls still too, just so you know.
Yep. I'm not going to roll it to that first one.
Oh, nice.
So that goes to the guy that's against the wall of the building next to me.
Okay.
And then this one will go to the rear.
He coughs and sputters.
I'm gonna let that one fly without the D6. Hopefully, if 15 hits.
15 does hit.
So, throat punch to the guy in front of me and a kick to the chest of the guy behind me.
Do you want to use your bonus act? Oh, that.
Yeah, and then I'm going to use my last key point because I only have 2 right now.
I thought you get 3 attacks though without using a key.
You can do a offhand with the bonus
I'm not
action.
level 5 yet, so you get 3 attacks if I use a key point for flurry of blows. Otherwise, it's only 2 because level 5 would give me 3.
You're already using the bonus. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, so that's why I was going to use the flurry and do 2 more hits.
Okay.
Or 1 more hit, right? No, flurry of blows.
I think it's 1 more.
2 more unarmed strikes as a bonus action, but I've taken one of them ready as martial arts technically.
Right. Exactly.
So 1 more punch to the guy in front of me since I hit him
pretty hard. Yeah,
more.
That kick really did a lot of damage.
Oh, come on. 18 rolled to a 4.
You have inspiration.
Yes, I
Or-
will roll the d6 on that one.
Don't worry about Burnham.
Take off my inspiration note and d6. Add 3 to that, so that's an 11.
Just barely.
Just miss. I was saying, I'm pretty sure they're like a 12. Most humans are 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're wearing leather armor.
Now I'm going to regret this because I should have used the key point to go into dodge since all the kobolds are still up. But we'll see.
Yeah. All right, Jinx. You saw all of these sling stones go flying by you. 3 of them at
Luna
least. You heard one hit Luna, or you saw.
Luna
it.
looks fine to me.
Yeah.
I walk out to right about there, and I see the
See the one guy behind me, but not the one that's in front of me.
yeah.
And then a whole line of, lightning bolt ready kobolds.
Right. If you're like lined up like right here or whatever, so you can just turn around and go, stay you through them all. Way too good. How does Luna look?
She's not bloodied. She's
I mean, she just took a pebble to the face.
yeah. She doesn't look bad.
Okay.
She's got a welt appearing on her forehead.
I am going to go ahead and use. Can I see this? I can see this guy. I see the cultist. The cultist to me is going to be the most formal person. Yeah, that's the cultist is going to be the most like person. Yeah. Anyways, I am going to cast a vicious mockery on him.
Okay.
Doesn't do a heck of a lot, of course.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Yep, wisdom save.
I bet you that doesn't make it.
That doesn't make it. And he's going to take a whole D4 hit or damage. So he can take 2 points of damage, but he also has disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay.
What are you mocking him with?
Yeah, what do you
With
say?
words.
With
okay.
words. Words are not your friend. I just like to know what my friends are yelling at people when they're helping out.
Here, we'll do this. So he has
That's
disadvantage on his.
You know, I'm dying out here, but he's human, but apparently your fangs aren't like dragons, or I don't know. I got nothing.
Okay. I'll need red and green for advantage and disadvantage, so we'll just do that.
And then I sneak off to the back corner again because I don't need to be in front of anything.
Okay. Alamir.
All right. So Alamir from here, he's going to go.
Who looks like a black kobold.
Correct. Gonna go here behind the tree.
Okay.
Let me make sure I count this right. I'm gonna put myself.
Do you have a
back.
shorter walk range now that you're trying to be a kobold?
I don't know.
If the kobolds are 25 feet, it would be.
So it's 25 feet. That's okay.
But it's not actual polymorph. He looks like
he's short. Okay, so I'm going to.
I know, but otherwise the kobold would be running way faster.
I'm going to misty step here.
Awesome.
More
Okay.
unbelievable.
Take a 5-foot move. Gonna fire 2 magic missiles at this one and 2 magic missiles at this one.
Okay. Let's see the damage. They hit.
So 2.
So you're doing. Wait a minute.
It's
you and
Misty
sorry,
step
3.
level
Sorry,
spell.
2 and 1. Sorry,
I was going to
total
say,
is
all right.
Misty
Yeah,
Step a
there we go.
leveled spell.
It says
It's a
racial
level, but I
ability.
only have one. I only level one
Yeah.
spells anyway.
It's a
But you
racial
can't
ability.
cast 2 level spells in one action or one round.
That was a bonus
not-
action.
Oh,
Is
no,
that a
you're
spell,
right.
though?
Leveled spell, which means
You're
it's
right,
level
you did
1.
Misty
So is
Step.
Magic Missile. You only can do
Okay.
1 in a cantrip.
So you right.
Technically, it's level 2 spell, just so you know.
Right. Okay. So then, if that's the case, then I won't step out. I'll hide back here.
Well, your Misty Step, you can still step out, but then you just got to cast a cantrip instead of Magic
Okay.
Missile.
So then I'll
to
just
start
cast a
with.
cantrip. So I'll start with a cantrip.
So that's the only bad
So-
thing about leveled spells is you only
Yeah,
can
I'm
do
gonna go
one
for the
per
guy
round.
right there. So it's gonna be a firebolt. So you see it.
Trust
So
me, that was the one
You'll
thing
take it.
about wizards that I hated the most. It's like I have
Yeah.
so many
Does a
bonus
24
action
hit?
spells and regular spells.
for
Right.
one.
Oh, you hit it solidly. He oh, it singes his
Fur.
the leather and part of his arm. He's like he
Understood.
yells, ah! Oh, he looks over at you.
And he sees a kobold. What does he say?
He goes, wait,
What the
yeah.
hell?
He's like,
Bareback.
you fool! Hit him!
Yep.
Heat of the moment. Literally.
Please log in for the Google Home app.
We hear him yelp. Alamar, that is.
We are not
Yeah.
logged into the Google Home app.
30,
Darn.
40. So they're going to go over here, so they're out of the line of any attacks. And Luna, it's your turn.
All right. I'm not sure which one hit me, but they made me mad. So there's 5, 10, 15, 20. Now, does my clasp increase my shillelagh or not?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And
So I'm
you
not
have
sure.
Are you trampling them with your horse? Oh.
I'm going to reach down and hit this one I'm next to with my staff.
You have advantage because that's Sparkly Boy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah, just didn't want to make you didn't want you to forget.
5 damage.
Okay. There's something not right here. Your wisdom bonus is +3, right?
Let me look here. Wisdom's +3 at 16.
So the magic item isn't.
Affecting it.
Yeah, so that should actually be a 6.
Okay.
So
That's the reason I was asking ahead of time. See if
I'll
we
work
need to
on
add or
fixing
not.
that later. We'll work on fixing that later. So, oh wait. Right. So you drop the kobolds. And it like smashes him in the side of the head, and he falls to the ground.
And I'm going to finish up my movement between these two.
Okay.
This way they're distracted.
And it is their turn.
Are you still on a horse, Luna?
Yes.
Yep, he is.
Is that going to cause problems? Probably so.
I don't think you can move in between them then. You'd have to be one square outside of them because the horse is large, right?
The horse couldn't. Oh, never mind. It's not a war horse.
It's not a war horse, but he could still trample with him as an action. That's why I was wondering. He could have just ran over both of them instead of trying to run up to him and hitting them. But
That's I didn't have that right either. So that these up here should be
Can they trample?
no.
that's one reason why I thought the family could have almost all fit on one horse, but not both adults and the kids, but the 3 smaller kids and one adult, maybe.
Yeah. So they are large. So you could go here, Luna. In fact, while you're on the horse, I'm just going to go ahead and make you large.
Okay,
you go.
that sounds good.
So that you remember what you are. Or actually, we could do this. Back. There you go. Okay. So it's the kobold's turn. So the two that are right next to you will definitely try to attack you, Luna. They're going to try to slash out with their daggers. Actually, the two really they're all, you ran up, so these three will come over. I'm pretty sure. Let's do this. Yep, only one of them and is going to. Actually, they think they have
Kobolds
that.
have pack tactics.
What's that?
So do kobolds have pack tactics?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I would assume then they'd swarm. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So, but they are small creatures, and you're on a horse, which is actually going to help you in this case.
I'm gonna be
probably gonna
trying.
attack the horse.
Yeah. So, Luna, make an animal handling check for me, please. Very good. Yeah, you on this horse, you see them moving to surround you, and you are able to maneuver it so that it's very difficult for them to get to you or to be able to get a good shot at the horse. I'm going to give the two in front of you attacks with advantage, and the other two we're actually going to say that they're trying to avoid the horse's hooves and the movement and get around to the other side, but their action this turn is taken up in maneuvering. All right, so 2 attempts. Okay, one of them gets a crit. So fortunately, these are only D4s. This is the first crit against one of you in the game. From levels 1 to 10, you only take, when you crit, you do max damage. When you're critted by these by other creatures against you, it's 1/4. So this is only going to add 1 point to the damage you take, which is still 7. So 7 points of, and actually that was the sling, but it should have been the dagger. So it's piercing damage. So 7 points of piercing damage to you, Luna.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen. I know we're in the middle of combat, but it's already 11:10. So it's top of the order. So I think we should, otherwise it's going to take a while to finish this up. So I think we're just going to call it right here. Does that sound good?
Fine by me.
Yeah.
Very good.
Leave suspense.
Yeah.
Who will win next time
So
on Playing Without Ego? Well,
Dun, dun.
welcome to Greenest. Yeah,
thanks for the warm welcome. It's all nice and cozy and toasty around here.
it is. Look at all the campfires they sit out. What you just need to find the marshmallows.
And we're hoping those are kobold heads.
Yeah. Hopefully. All right. Well, thank you all. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see how this resolves next week. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Night.